Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, TikTok, it has been a minute. If y'all don't know, I'm Shondra with Total Life Change Experience, the Pivot to Prosper show. So I'm coming on for a few minutes. I know y'all thought I was gone because of the whole change with the whole digital marketing thing. Listen, I'm still in the game. You better believe it. I have been testing out the faceless market. So if you're still investing in courses and still trying to learn how to make the bag or get to this money in this online space, let me tell you, stick with it. Be consistent, know who you're here to serve, know what the problem you solve. I mean, those are the foundational things that you need to know. So I'm going to get right into it today. I'm going to be talking for like the next 15 minutes to women over 30, 40, 50, I don't know, whatever stage you're in, but you know that something has to change in your life and you're ready to make those things change, right? A year ago, let me just tell you a little bit about me. A year ago, I was in the same place you were in. I was sitting there thinking like something has to change, and not just change on the outside, something had to change on the inside, from the inside out. And I started to invest in me, not just from a standpoint of investing in courses that could change my life, but also everything from what I eat, what I drink, everything that I do, my associations. I looked at my environment around me. I started to change all of those things. But one of the things that, with all the skills and knowledge that I have, I didn't know how to show up with the confidence and clarity that I needed to do what I'm doing right now in the online space. You guys, I'm Shondra with Total Life Change Experience, Pivot to Prosper. You know, I'm that lady that's trying to help you get into this online space, because there's money to be made. If you're still struggling, if you're still overwhelmed, if you're burnt out and you're a woman that's over 40 or 50, I am talking to you. Maybe you had an idea, you wanted to start a business a long time ago, but you had a kid, you got married, you started working, and those dreams that you had for yourself, you just put them on the back burner. And now you're a Gen Xer, empty nester. Maybe you're going through change. Maybe you're going through a divorce. Maybe you're going through I need something different. What I've been doing for the last 20 or 30 years is not working, you guys. I'm a 49-year-old woman. When I entered into this space, I was 48 years old, but I knew something had to change. If I wanted to live the life that I believe that God had called me to live, I knew that I was going to have to create that life, because if I kept doing the things that I was doing, it wasn't going to change anything, you guys. So I decided I wasn't going to go back to a college and spend tens and thousands of dollars to learn something new just to be in debt when I get out. So I invested in a course. If you want to know more about that course, let me know, you guys. But I really want to take you on the experience of my journey of, like, if you're still sitting on the line and you see courses out there, you see, I don't know, people making money in this space, right? Let me tell you, it has completely changed my life. I have learned so much in the past 12 months. Things that I thought I would never, ever do. I was working as a nurse, you guys, before all of this happened. I have a nursing background, 14, almost 15 years in nursing. I have a real estate license. Well, it's not active right now, but that doesn't matter. I got that real estate license back in 1999. Can you say 1999? I know, right? And never thought I would need it, but I ended up using that license later on. Ended up earning six figures. That was my first six figures, because I learned a new high income earning skill, and I used it, and I made my first six figures. And I'm on my way to make my second. Not my second, because I've made multiple six figures in my life, you guys. So some of you guys are in this space because you're hustling. Let me just tell you, in God's kingdom, there is no hustle. There is nothing but abundance and prosperity in the kingdom of God. I'm a kingdom woman. I'm here to tell you that hustle mentality that is not of the kingdom of God. We have everything. God has given us everything to do, everything that we need to do to accomplish our purpose. With the passion that he gives us, we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Matter of fact, God tells us in his word, Deuteronomy 8:18, remember the Lord your God, who gives you the ability to create and produce wealth so that he may establish his covenant. Come on, y'all. Who am I talking to this morning? In Matthew 6:33, you don't know where you are in life. You don't know where you're going. Let me tell you what you need to stop and do. You need to stop for a second and pause. You need to stop and for a second and pause. You need to First, read Matthew 6:33. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things shall be added unto you. If there is lack in your life, those are the first steps that you need to do. I don't care, before you buy any course, before you go back to a college, before you change jobs, before you shift, before you walk away from that relationship, whatever it is, seek first the kingdom of God. And then he said, and his righteousness. So righteousness means you're going to go inside. You're going to search your own heart. You're going to make sure that you're not walking in unforgiveness, resentfulness, or anything like that. You want to get those things out of your spirit, because those things could be hindering you and you don't even know why things are not going right in your life. So again, you guys, if this is your first time meeting with me, I want you to put a 1 in the chat, because I think y'all ready for me to show up. I've been over here just looking like Terry's wife to y'all, but I have showed up. You don't know. Listen, I know her, but this is probably the first time that you are meeting her. This is me. It's not becoming. It is who I have always been. I went through something back in 2023 of December. Well, it's a couple of things, you guys, but I know you're not here to listen to me talk about me. You're here because you want to know, how am I going to help you get from where you are, which is either stuck, overwhelmed, burnout, barely making enough, or just enough, and all of those things. You know what? Something has to change, right? You're at a point where you're like, I'm not talking to the people that are still scrolling with their notebooks. I'm not talking to the people that are still sitting there taking notes and watching other people win in this space. I'm not talking to the people who think that this is spam or scam or whatever because that's a poverty mindset. First of all, we got to talk about the poverty mindset, because those are all poverty mindsets. Think about it. When people go to college, they go for 2 or 4 or even 6, 7 years. They go to school to get an education before they ever get a job. When I became a nurse, I had to do an internship. I had never gotten paid. I was working for free for like a year of my life, right? Doctors have to go to school for years and do residency. There's no problem with going to school, borrowing money, getting in debt before you ever even get a paycheck. But when someone tells you, hey, you can learn these skills in a year. Because see, the thing about it is, when you invest in a course, you guys, you have those skills and you master it. See, the thing is, let me tell you the 3 people that I help. There's 3 people that I help, right? I help people who already have a business and they want to expand their business in the online space. And especially with this new era, this new shift that we're in the digital era. So if you already have a business, if you're a realtor, if you're a person that's out there, you want to expand your business and you want to get in front of more clients, I'm here to help you. Number 2, I'm here to help a person like myself. I had a product and I had already created it. Maybe you've created a journal or a book or something, but you don't know how to connect the pieces. You don't know how to put a website together. You don't know anything about those payment gateways, right? You don't know anything about attraction marketing or anything for that matter. You've never had a business before, but you have a product that solves problems. See, I'm a self-published author, and I make self-care and faith-based journals. And people might like, journals? Yes, journals, because I'm a psych nurse, you guys. And the thing is this, there's therapy and healing in journaling. I literally was going through a phase in my life when I was diagnosed with anxiety back in 2021. And I created my first journal out of my own pain. So now what I do in CBL, Community Builders Lab, what I do is I help women and say, listen, your pain was not in vain. Your pain you can use and put a message and a voice to it. And no, I'm not talking about 25,000, 55,000 words, but in a simple journal with 1 page of just sharing my experience and what I was going through and giving people a way out just to write and journal. I healed myself. The Word of God, by using the Word of God in journaling, I healed myself from that. And at the time, it was about me. I'm going to just be honest. At the time, I was trying to help myself. But in the midst of going through what I was going through, I realized there were so many people who were struggling with anxiety and that this book literally could help other people. You want to see it? This was my first publication. I started creating it in 2021. I published in 2022. This is Faith Over Anxiety, my first self-published in my pain. And you may say, where did your pain come from? She doesn't look like she's gone through anything. Let me just tell you. Yeah, I have. My son was shot and almost killed in 2020. My daughter was in a car wreck that totaled her vehicle. I could have lost both of my kids in 2020. You don't think that would cause a mother a little bit of anxiety? Not only that, you guys, I was out in the in the field doing what I was supposed to be doing, working as a travel nurse. And when a mother gets a phone call about any of her kids that are in college during a situation while I was busy saving the lives of other, the enemy was busy trying to attack my family. Talk about, wait a minute, hold on. Oh, you messed with the wrong mama. But in the midst of it, yeah, it kind of shook me to my core because I was out there serving you guys. So out of my pain, can you say out of my pain? So I help women create their first asset, their first asset. And I know you hear a lot of people in this space right now talking about digital products, PLR, MRR. Let me just explain to you what they are. Master resale rights. If you know what it is, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat because I'm going to break it down to you. I got about 15 minutes. Hey, my friend, I got about 15 minutes to break this down to you. So you've been hearing a lot about master resale rights, right? Master resale rights mean it's an already done for you product or course. When you invest in it, when you invest, somebody has already created it. Somebody has already branded it. And you can sell or promote that product and make 100% product, right? 100% product. Honey, let me tell you, I became a grandmother. And I was like, wait a minute. A grandma? I became a grandma back in May. And I was sitting there thinking, oh, no. I gotta show up. Y'all been seeing me as Terry's wife. Like, the stay-at-home wife. I was like, they don't know the woman before she became a stay-at-home wife. Thank you so much, my friend. Y'all, this is her. Y'all been waiting on her to show up? Well, she is here. I don't know what happened. Had a grandson and got married and started a business, and my confidence and fullness is completely back. Yeah, I'm doing this thing. I'm wearing this. You see them curls? That's a whole nother story. Let me stay on task. Got about 15 minutes to my next meeting, you guys. So there I was. Yes. And so, like I said, you guys, master resale rights is an already done for you product. Say, for instance, I gave you the rights to sell my book in your shop. I created the book. It has my name on the back, but you have a boutique or a shop and you want to sell this book. You get to sell this book. I've already put a price on it for $15. So basically you have the rights to resell my book. No, you cannot make any changes. No, you cannot rebrand it. It is created and made by me, but you can put it in your shop and you can resell it for the price that I put on there. That is a master resale right. Now, private label rights is another way for you to make money in this industry. Private label rights gives you a lot of more flexibility. Now, it is already done for you. It's something like an ebook or a template or a journal or a planner, something that somebody else already created, already done for you. Private label rights means you get to remake, rebrand, reprice, whatever you need to do, make changes to make it flow with your brand or your space. So you can take an ebook and rebrand it, rename it, reprice it, everything, change the colors out to your brand colors and resell it, right? So you have a lot more flexibility, but it is 90% done for you. Now, the third way that you can make money in this space is affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is where, okay, you've seen Amazon affiliate, you've seen TikTok shop affiliates, is affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is where, okay, you've seen Amazon affiliate, you've seen TikTok shop affiliates. Like, I am a TikTok shop affiliate, and for instance, if I was promoting this lotion, this is like one of my hand and body goat milk cream, right? If I was promoting this is an already done for you product. I'm an affiliate. I would hold this up and tell you how great it is for my skin. I would give an honest review on it, and I would get paid an affiliate commission for this product. Now, this product may be $25 and my commission may be, $2 or $3. So I would have to sell a lot of these to make a lot of money, and I would have to go live and promote it and literally give an honest review. That is an affiliate program. So there's 3 ways to make money in this space. Now, when I started in this space, I went with an already done for you master resale rights because it only made sense to me. I was thinking, this is awesome. When I invested in my first course, I was like, you know what? I can earn and learn at the same time. If I just share my program that I'm learning so much from with somebody else, I get to make money and receive 100% profit. I was like, oh my God. And it wasn't about making tens and thousands of dollars. I didn't want to come on here giving you promises. I was just trying to make an extra 1K a month. Now, remember, I told you that I already had my own products, which is my journals, right? But at the time, I didn't have a website. So when I joined my course, I learned how to create my first website. That was the first thing I did. You guys, if you don't know anything about automations, you need to understand that is like the secret sauce. Automations is basically putting your product on a website, connecting the gateways so you can get paid 24 hours. So basically now my book is on a website and people can actually shop 24/7 and order my book and I can get paid around the clock, right? So the first course that I was in, that's one of the first steps that I learned. But I went on to learn so much more. I learned more like email marketing, email reaching out to my customers, and creating my emails in advance. I learned the power of attraction marketing, getting in front of the ideal or my perfect customer that actually is looking for my product. There are a lot of people out there right now struggling with anxiety who loves to journal. Now, if you're not a person that journal and you don't have a problem with anxiety, well, guess what? This book is not for you. So I'm not even talking to you. So we learn things like that in our course, right? In our program. So attraction marketing, email marketing, and we learn things like how to create content, how to show up bold and talk completely to our audience. You guys, this is so, oh my goodness. This is where a lot of people miss it. A lot of people are not making money in this space because one, they're not talking, either they don't know who they're talking to, who they're called to serve, and that is basically trying to figure out who is your target audience. And these are some basic things that you need to know. But let's just recap before we get into those three things, because I'm going to tell you, if you haven't invested in a course or a program, or if you've already invested in tons of courses like I did, I'm going to tell you three things that you need to know before you get started. And I wish somebody had told me before I got started, right? So let's just recap. Master resale rights, 3 ways that you can make money in this. And this is not the only way. This is not the only way, you guys. These are the 3 ways that I started out with. Master resale rights to sell somebody else's already done for you, already branded, make 100% profit with master resale right product, course, ebook. Or you can choose a private label rights where you can remake, rebrand, resell somebody else's already done for you product. Affiliate marketing is a great way. That is where you promote and market somebody else's already done for you product or services, right? And you make an affiliate commission off of it. Okay, so those are those 3. Now, this is where a lot of people get, can you say stuck? Put stuck in the chat. Like, put the word stuck down in the chat, you guys. They get stuck because they get this product and they get this idea and they're like, I'm ready to make money in these online streets. And then all of a sudden they're like, who am I talking to? And this is the basic. This is the things that I wish somebody, the 3 things that I wish somebody had told me to focus on before I invested in my first course. But I'm glad that this was one of the first things we went over. Basically, number 1, what is your niche? I know you've heard it probably a million gazillion times, and I'm here to say it for the millionth or gazillion or trillionth time, whatever you want to call it. Yes, you need to know what is your niche. And you may say to yourself, what is a niche? Okay, so a niche is like an industry, right? Like I'm a nurse, so that's like the medical field. A lawyer, that's like the criminal justice field, right? So when it comes to digital marketing, there's like 5 top categories out there. You can ask yourself something like the business. Maybe you're good in business, or maybe you're good in finance, or maybe you're good with relationships. When you're trying to figure out your niche, think about it. Ask yourself, when people call you on the phone and they want your advice, what are they always calling you about? And you're the go-to person that they call, right? You're that go-to person. So your niche is going to be something that you already know about. You're probably giving out information for free. I do that all the time. People are like, you're so great with this. Like I have certain friends that call me for certain things, right? And I just give them information that I happen to have already overcome. So if you've already overcome a problem and you have a solution, listen, because you've already overcome it, you can help somebody else level up. I'm going to put this down because I'm just holding it, right? So again, knowing your target audience. So I'm going to give you like the first top 3 or the top 5. So business. So if you're good at business, number 1. Health and wellness. That may be another strong point. If you're good at health and wellness and you want to help people and you want to serve that industry, health and wellness and goods. And now you can go deep into health and wellness. It could be your diet. It could be exercise. It could be, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? If you're good with finances and you already work with banking, you want to tell people how to invest their money, maybe it's finance, real estate, right? There's another niche, real estate. No, relationships. Can you say relationships? Maybe you're good because you've gone through some breakups, some heartbreak or whatever, or maybe you've been in a 30, 40-year marriage, 50-year marriage, and you want to talk to people who want to get married or people who are going through a divorce, something that you've overcome. So number one, business is a niche. A niche. My daughter's like, Mom, get it right. I'm like, niche, 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 niche. Okay, y'all get what I'm trying to say. So business, relationship, health and wellness, finance. What are some other niches? Can you drop them in the chat for me if you know? So those are your, if you don't know what industry you're in, like me, and I struggled with this in the beginning, you guys, I'm not going to even lie to you. I was like, because I'm a nurse, people are like, go into health and wellness. And I was like, no, I was like, I don't want to talk about it. You know, but because I'm a nurse and I can educate people and all those things, people are like, you'll be great. And plus I had a story. I had a story that was back. The reason why I became the nurse who became an entrepreneur, it all started with my health. Let me just give you a little bit of background about who I am, because you're like, who is this woman talking at me? And my goal is not to talk at you. My goal is to talk to you, to give you informed information on how I got here. So back in 2023, December on Christmas Eve, just gotten off vacation with my family, and I know I'm going to give you all the details. Just gotten back off of vacation from Gatlinburg, Tennessee. I found myself in the hospital on Christmas Eve, and I didn't feel good. My husband took me. My dog Bella looked at me. She's my emotional support dog. If y'all haven't heard from Bella Natasha, she's back there. So went to the hospital, landed me in the hospital for 4 days, you guys. During those 3 nights and 4 days, I had a serious talk, not just in prayer, but literally God the Creator. And I was thinking about the life that I wanted to create for myself. And I was thinking, you know what, if I don't be intentional, I was busy doing a good thing, out working, serving for everybody else. And I was the nurse who became the patient. That was my story. And I was like, you know what? I was neglecting myself. I wasn't drinking enough water, wasn't eating right. I had gained over 100 pounds and all of these things. And while the doctors were and the nurses were coming in and saying, this is life-threatening, you're going to be on medication for your life, I made a decision to believe the word of God over my life and believe God for healing. And they were speaking these things over my life. And I'm like, well, let me go and talk to my Creator. You know, it's like when you take your car to the shop, right? A lot of people just take their car to the shop, right? But if you know, when you purchase a vehicle, it comes with a manual's owner, like a booklet, like it's called what is it called, you guys? It's the owner's manual. Well, just so you know, we're humans and we come with a manual's owner as well, like a book as well that tells us everything about us. That's called the Bible, right? The Bible. So I went back and said, well, let me just go report and just talk with my Creator and figure out what does he say about the matter. And he said that you are healed in my name and you can do all things through Christ Jesus. So I received my healing as the IVs were leaving out of my arm, as they were pumping things and sticking my finger every single hour on the hour for the next 72 hours. Literally was poking my fingers. I was like, I'm not going to be able to do it. But I made up my mind and I made a decision. And the difference between making a choice and making a decision is it gives you like, I can just change my mind. I can go back and forth. But when you make a decision and you make up your mind, you're like, listen, I am doing this. I am done. This is it. I'm going to make up my mind. I'm going to do this. So I made up my mind to start healing myself from the inside out, from everything to what I put in my mouth, not just the very words that I was speaking, you guys, but everything, every food. Like, what is this food for? What does it does for me? What does it do for me? How does it heal my body? If it was something that I did not need, I was like, okay, put that away. I literally started from the inside out. I realized that I was busy working as a nurse and I was so out of alignment. One, I wasn't eating the healthiest food. Maybe I wasn't eating but one time a day. Wasn't getting but 5 hours of sleep. I was neglecting total self, you guys. And that is not where when God tells us, oh, be able to die for your neighbor, I don't think that's what he meant. I really don't think that's what he meant. He's like, lay down your life for your neighbor. What's the best thing you can give? I'm like, no, I don't want to be the nurse that became the patient that ended up in a long-term care facility. We see it all the time. Let me tell you something, ladies, and you don't have to work as a nurse to see what I see. You see family members driving to work at work just very last week. And something happened. They came in with left-sided weakness, or they came in with sharp pains in their chest. They were busy working, doing a good thing, trying to provide for their family, taking care of their kids, raising their husbands, all the things. And I see women who end up like, how did I get here? And then once they get in front of the nurse and the doctor, it goes, either two ways. Either they're going to make up their mind that I'm coming up out of this, or they go into a depression thinking, what else? How did I get here? And so it's a mindset thing. When I tell you, not just in business, but mindset everything starts here in your mind. Whatever you're thinking more about, that's what's going to manifest in your world. So whatever world you want to create, it starts here. But let me just give you a secret. Because you're a spiritual being living in a physical body and having an earthly experience. Yeah, I said what I said. That's a little deeper. But if you want to know more about that, you may want to get into my signature coaching class that I'm actually in the process of creating right now. It's not ready, but right now you can go join me in my free community, CBL, Community Builders Lab, Divine Prosperity Community Builders Lab. It is a free space where you can get a little touch of me and just showing people how they can make money in these streets. Like, that was one of my things. Like, so as I'm sitting here in this hospital, you guys, I made up my mind about the healing, but I had a problem. Well, I had a problem, but I had made up my mind. I made a decision. Like, God, but I'm still in debt. I need to pay off these bills. And let me just tell you, while scrolling, I saw someone who said, you know what, you can learn how to make 100% profit online using your phone and Wi-Fi. And I was thinking, okay, if I work from home, that would be less stressful. If I can make something, a day or a week, okay, and I need to learn a new skill. If I can show you that, and I was like, okay, check, and you can use your phone and Wi-Fi. I was like, check. It checked all the boxes. It just made sense to me. And I gave myself 12 months. I was scrolling just like you, my mentor, one of my mentors, Michelle. I was scrolling just like you, and she was saying these words, and I knew right away in my spirit that course was for me. I remember the day when I told my husband last May, listen, we're going into, I think my words were, when people ask you, what are we doing? Tell them, me and my wife, we own a digital marketing business. We own a online. No, I said, tell them, because people didn't know what digital was. Like, people my age and above, 50, they're like, what is digital? Like, we've been using digital stuff forever. We just didn't know what to call it. Like, every time you use your phone to pay your bill, that's a digital experience. Every time you use your phone ordering DoorDash or Uber Eats, or if you use an app on your phone like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, any of these things, you guys, these all are digital products. We just didn't think about it. A lot of times when we pay our bills, you guys, that is an automated system. It's not even a real person. So we're using digital products all the time. So I had to switch my mind from being a consumer on social media to being now the CEO of my own business, realizing that I have an automated system, which is a website. I have products on there, and it exists, right? My website is everywhere. Like, the link in bio is, I'm not supposed to say that, you guys. You guys are going to get me in trouble. So the LINK in the bio is everywhere. You know why? Why not promote on social media? Because it's free. God, y'all, it's so many free resources out there to help you win in the game. And y'all have probably heard me go on a live multiple times and say the algorithm. Let me tell you, I had to get rid of that mindset too. I thought the algorithm did not want me to win. And I was thinking, no, the algorithm wants you to win. The algorithm wants you to be able to create content to keep people on this platform. If you get better at creating the content and talking to directly the people that you're trying to help, it can push your content out. But again, if you don't know your niche, you don't know your target audience, the algorithm is not going to know who you are talking to. You know how many months I was stuck there? It's like, who am I talking to? Okay, so let me just give you a funny joke and a rundown. So when I first started this journey over 12 months ago, back May of 2024, I started out because I had a heart for single moms. I was a single mom for 16 years, and I know the struggle. I know what it feels like to get those eviction notices on the door or get those phone calls because your bills aren't paid on time. It's not that you wasn't going to have the money. It's just that I don't get paid till Friday and the bill is due on Monday. It's just and you have nobody to call. And I was in this season for 16 years of my life. And so for me, my heart went out to single moms. And then I was like, they're not listening to me. Then I switched it over to, stay-at-home moms. Like, thinking, well, I remember being a stay-at-home mom. So they need extra money. Just because their husbands are out there working, they can make an extra $500 or $5K or whatever. Then I switched over to empty nest moms. Then I went to grandmas. Y'all, I had every mama in the book. And this is what I mean by, we talked about your niche. Now we're going to talk about your target audience. When you say, I want to help women, can you say niche down, niche down? Before you go wide, I want you to go deep. Before you go wide, I want you to go deep. And what I mean by that is, I wanted to help every woman. And I realized if you talk to everybody, you end up talking to no one. No one. And that's probably why I was in the lives. Like, everyone was like, who's she talking to? Who's she talking to? So you want to niche down. So now I say, I help women, specifically women over 40 and 50 who are ready for change, who are looking for something new, and they're ready. They've worked 20 years, they worked 30 years, they've raised their kids, raised their husbands, and they're ready to start living their life and creating the life that they want, right? And that was me. I was like, I'm an empty nester. Yes, I'm married, but what can I do? How can I serve? If I could go back and help people do anything. And one of the biggest struggles that I see people is they're still struggling trying to survive. I was like, last year, it was huge. Everybody was concerned about the cost of eggs. I'm like, even the Christians were concerned. I was like, there is no lack. I don't like fear tactics in America. I don't like the news to use fear tactics. I'm not going to get in politics. But I was like, I'm over here eating brown eggs. I mean, if they cost what they cost, I'm going to buy what I like. That's it. Brown eggs went from like $5 or $6 to like $9 last year. I still bought them. I still bought the brown eggs because that's what I wanted. That's just what I prefer. But again, you guys, there's no lack in God's kingdom. There's abundance. That's a mindset. That's a fear tactic. So if you think that there's lack and all those things, we're not gonna. That's a whole nother lie. We won't go there today. I'm gonna have to edit that out because this live is going on YouTube. Now, if you want to get more information from me, I've started my show over there, Pivot to Prosper, Show with Shondra. This is where I give out free information. It's me doing community service. So when people say, well, I don't want to buy her stuff. Well, listen, you can either get my $15 journal, because if you're struggling with anxiety, it can help you. And I told y'all, I have more books in that. They're somewhere. I have a book called Limited Beliefs. If you're struggling with limited beliefs, I have a journal on that. I have a journal where if you're struggling with stress, it's called Be Still and Overcome Stress in 30 Days. There's no guarantees, you guys. I'm not a doctor, but all of the things that I've created as far as my books, they have helped me. And I believe that they can help you. And they are transformational if you use them and apply them. It's no different as if you went to the gym right now and you got a membership, right, to the gym because you're like, I want to be healthier, I want to be stronger, I want to be more fit. Listen, you can get that membership, but if you don't show up to the gym and apply and do what you need to do, nothing is going to change. You're just going to be paying that membership every single month, but you're going to be doing the same. For you to see the results of the transformation from the gym, you got to show up, you got to do the things. So this is not a get rich quick scheme here, you guys. This is about, listen, if you know how to follow a blueprint, if you know how to follow a framework, if you are coachable, if you're teachable, if you are ready for change, I am talking to you. So number one, know your niche, right? Number two, who are you talking to, right? Like, I'm talking to dads. I'm talking to people who have gone through divorces. I'm talking to someone who's struggling with a health scare. I'm talking to a person that's struggling with anxiety. I'm struggling with a person who is tired of living with just enough, barely enough, and not more than enough. Who are you talking to? You want to niche down and you want to figure out who your target audience is. And before you go wide and say, I want to help everybody, I want you to go deep. Like, what type of person? And it's probably going to be a person, somebody similar to you. They're probably in your sphere. They're probably calling you on your phone, and you're probably already helping them, but you're helping them for free. Yeah, the friends that call you for all the advice, yeah. And you're trying to let's just pray about it. Listen, prayer does work, but also there's a two parts to that. Prayer, faith without works, y'all come on now, put it in the comments, is dead, right? Faith without works is dead. So now that I have the faith, now you got to take the action and get the steps and put some movement behind it. So you guys, for me, going back to a 4-year college wasn't the way, but learning and investing in a high income earning skill or course that helped me build the confidence and get the clarity that I needed to be able to push my product out. Remember, I told you I help 3 different type of people who already are in business and they want to expand their business into the online space. If you want to know more about that, Hey, listen, shoot me an email or go and join my free community, the Community Builders Lab. Yeah, it's over there in the link. You'll see it at the very top. If you're struggling with anxiety, listen, it's a free community, by the way. You can come in and visit it. If you don't like it, well, I don't want to say leave because I want you to be there because I'm going to be dropping nuggets. Matter of fact, we just launched our August soft month. I'm going to be giving you prompts every single day for the next 4 weeks. And we're just talking about how we can be in this space and have a soft life and balance our life and heal through journaling, growing. And because I tell you, I'm not about that hustle life. This is not a hustle. I'll be 50 in 5 months. Trust me. We don't hustle. Matter of fact, I never hustled in my 20s, my 30s. I just kind of like knew that God will provide. God said in his word of Genesis, in the book of Genesis, when I went through my divorce, he said, I will provide for you and your little ones. And I really believe God's words, and he has provided. It hasn't always been easy, but he's always been faithful. Doesn't mean that I wasn't going to go through the valley or go through the all the things or some of the things, but I had God's words to lean on. And even in this 30-day journal, I give you 30 scriptures that talks about anxiety. A lot of people, when I created this $15 journal, didn't even know that there were over 300 let me say it again. 300 scriptures that talks about anxiety. So you can't tell me that God isn't concerned about what we're concerned about. He's concerned about you. But the other thing is, you guys, the third person that I help is a person. I don't have a product. I don't have a business, but I do want to make money, right? I do want to make money. I'm just tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I want to be in a space where I'm making more than enough, right? So they got into the program or the course, right? And they wanted to make extra money. So they learned everything that they needed to learn, and they share the program out with other people. So those are the 3 people that I help. And so once you learn those things, this is how you put action behind it. You guys, you got to do the things. I'm going to talk to you about mastering the 2-hour workday. And I know people are like, you can't work a business in 2 hours. I am not talking about you watching growth and development on YouTube. I'm not talking about you reading a book. I'm talking about your money-making activities that you need to do every single day. 1 hour you're going to spend making 3 pieces of content, right? Why am I making 3 pieces? Listen, don't overthink this. Listen, it's very, very simple. Matter of fact, it doesn't even take me an hour. But I tell you, because if you've never posted content, it may take you an hour, right? But it may not. You may do this in 10 minutes like I do. So you're going to make 3 videos. And those 3 videos are going to be based upon the 3 E's. I call them encouragement video, entertainment, and educational. I just keep it simple, you guys. Either I'm going to educate them, I'm going to entertain them, or I'm going to encourage them with something positive. And for me, I just give you the words of encouragement. Education is, hey, let me give you 3 tips or 3 strategies that I wish I had known before I invested in a course. And then, of course, entertainment is my praise break. And y'all see me bopping my head to the music. That's me entertaining you, but in a positive way. So think about the 3 E's. You're going to make a 7-second video, a 10-second video, and a 30-second video. And at the most, maybe 1 minute, but that is too long. You got to think about the experience, the person. You also got to think about where you're posting this content. TikTok, Instagram, they have reels and people are scrolling, swiping every single day. So you need to create content that is going to stop the scroll. You need to be able to stop the scroll, and you only have 3, can you say 3 seconds? You guys, I was making 2 and 3 minute videos before I invested in my course, and nobody was watching my stuff. I had no idea. I thought it was valuable information for me, and somebody could surely use this in 2 or 3 minutes of your time to get some value. They was passing me by. I had to learn, and I learned this in my course, how to create content that stops the scroll. And there's 3 parts to a video. Can you say 3 parts? The number 3 just happen to be that thing, you guys. We'll talk about that later. So 3 things. You need to have a hook in 3 seconds that stop the scroll. You want to tell a story in your content. Maybe you can do a voiceover. You can put words on the screen. You want to tell a little story about why you started this journey. For me, I told you, hey, you guys, back in 2023, I was looking for a change and I needed a way to still pay my bills. And I discovered this program and I invested. And a year later, I am, oh my goodness, I have at least, 12 different streams of income now. In less than 12 months, you guys, I ran with it. I gave myself 12 months to learn it. But again, you guys, people, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But this is all because I was teachable, and it was all because I was coachable. I was like, okay, there were times about it. But this is all because I was teachable, and it was all because I was coachable. I was like, okay, There were times when am I trying things? Just follow the blueprint, you guys. So now that you know that and you got your product, you got it on an automated system, you know what your niche is, right? It's automated. Now, okay, you're going to post your 3 pieces of content a day. And also the other, that's for 1 hour. And then you're going to spend 30 minutes engaging. Who are you going to engage with? You're already on social media. So you're going to engage with your target audience. You're going to engage with your perfect customer. You're going to go over and engage with them. And I'm not talking about spamming them and being all creepy and stuff. No, I want you to go over there and just agree with them on some things. Maybe you'll see somebody who makes a post about something and you can say something like, you know what, I totally agree. Or you can say something like, you know what, I went through this, or I knew a friend who went through something similar to this. Whatever it may be, you want to engage with your target audience. So what, by engaging with your target audience or your perfect customer, is going to get them over on your comment. Hopefully they'll get over to your page, and then they can see that over in your LINK that you have a product that can help them solve their problem. So who am I talking to? Well, if I want to promote this book, I'm going to go over and talk. I'm going to type in the search browser, anxiety, journaling, healing, therapy, journaling, whatever. I'm going to go engage for at least 30 minutes with my target audience every single day. And then the other 30 minutes, I'm going to focus on follow-up. Remember those videos that you did the day before? Those 3 pieces of content? You're going to go follow up and make sure that you've commented and responded to everyone. You're going to check your DMs. And then you're going to send out your email. Because what they don't tell you on social media, write this secret down. You win in the email space. When you master email marketing, you guys, 80% of your sales, if you don't learn anything else from me on this live today, 80% of your sales and your marketing, and I don't want to call it sales because some people don't like the word sales because we're not trying to sell you anything. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just here to tell you about my journey, my experience, and how I was able to learn something new, invest in me, learn a new skill, a high income earning skill that no one can ever take away from me, got the confidence, got the clarity to be able to go live. That's all I'm sharing with you. If you're on my live right now, it's because you've been scrolling and watching other people for months. You've been taking notes, screenshotting things, getting every free download, every free webinar. You've been doing all the free stuff, but you haven't put any action behind it. It's when you make a commitment. Because what I realize that is when people pay, guess what? They pay attention. When you pay attention. So all this free stuff, you just got it all clouded up over here. You're like, I don't have to do anything. So you're still over there stagnant. You're on the sideline. You're on the bench. I am looking for starters. I'm looking for people who want to be on the first string, people who are ready to start and do something different now. For the people who are lukewarm, half warm, not warm at all, maybe in 3 years, well, look me up in 3 years. And I'm not trying to be insensitive, but it's not going to change. And especially if you're a woman over 40 and 50, if you don't create this life that you want, the life that God has for you, that you believe you deserve, it is not going to happen. You have to see it and believe it in your head first. This is mindset, you guys. Can you say mindset? Another thing about business, another tip. 80% of business is mindset. 20% action. 80% is mindset. So email marketing, you master that. Get clarity, get confidence, narrow down your niche, know who you're talking to, automate your business. And the reason why you're going to automate it is because everybody's online. Everybody's on their phone. There's 8 billion people in the world, and there's 5 billion people on social media. And you get to choose. The great thing is you get to choose which platform you're most comfortable with. I wouldn't tell you to go to a platform that you're not comfortable with. Start with one. If you're good at TikTok, if you're good at IG, if you're good at FB, you get to pick the platform that you want to use to start your business. But anyway, you guys, so again, what I really came on today was to get a feel of what I've done. I've done so much in this past 4 months. So, okay. After the hospital, I lost 46 pounds. Can you say meal prepping, eating healthy? Because now I have the time to focus on my health, everything that's going in my mouth from just the food. Because God tells us in his word, you can't live on bread alone, right? So also because I'm not working at somebody's business, trading my time for money, I get to do my morning routine, which is spend time with God, meditate on the word, drink water, brush my teeth, wash my face. Look at this sun, watch the squirrels and the birds. You may think, like, what is that? Listen, you guys, we spend more money on our homes and we're away from our homes. For me, spending time at home with those I love, doing the things that I love is very important to me at this age and time. And I like the fact that it's not about just working from home because I have an online business. I literally get to work from anywhere, even when I'm on vacation. Even when I was at my brother's wedding like a year ago, I mean, I took my stuff with me on the road. Anytime I go somewhere, as long as you have a phone and Wi-Fi, you can do this business. So the 2-hour workday, you are literally going, right, creating content, 3 pieces of content, 1 hour. 30 minutes, you're going to respond to your comments and your posts from the day before. 30 minutes, you're going to email, follow up, all those things. That's 2 hours workday. And you're going to leave it there. Your link that you're going to get when you start your business is going to work for you 24/7. Because you've created content. I want you to think of your content as real estate, right? Content is real estate. Content is gold. It is not wasted time. It's wasted time when you're just scrolling as a consumer. I would never, ever, ever, ever be a consumer anymore on social media. When I realized that they were using my content and they needed my content just as much as I needed them, I was giving away free content and wasn't getting paid for it. But now, as a CEO boss, I was like, no. It's going to be real estate because real estate pays you. Think about it. When you're driving down the road and you see all of these houses, and when you see a house, you know that there's probably equity in it. Like it has value. And so think of this as a monopoly. Where you leave your content can pay you. That's called long-term money. But we're going to get into that in my signature coaching program that I'm actually creating for you. But in the meantime, if you want to connect with me, join CBL, the Community Builders Lab. If you go here, you'll see it at the top. It's free to join. You guys, you know why? Okay, so let me just tell you about that. I started a community for my people because I heard a lot about people investing in courses, investing in products, and they were being ghosted. Listen, there's no such thing. When you buy a product and you become a CEO, most people are not going to hold your hand because one, you are a CEO boss. Y'all, there goes Bella Natasha. Bella won't let me be great. She's been good so far, but y'all hear her back there. Natasha. See, her real name is Bella, but I named her Natasha because sometimes she get a little rowdy. I thought Natasha was a black name, but I found out it was Russian. Y'all, no correlation. I was like, Bella, calm down. Bella, Natasha, calm down. No, Bella. So you guys, I don't know what I was saying. She threw me off. But yes, you guys, I got like 2 minutes before I went over my time. So remember, 3 ways to make money in this online space. Oh my God, Bella is not making me. We're going to just do it. Master resale rights. You done already done for your product, resell it, and you become don't be sad to be a reseller. People are making money reselling. It is nothing new. When you go to stores, you guys, businesses have been using the reseller strategy for years. Think about Walmart. Walmart is a huge warehouse with other people's products, and they don't think about what Target is selling or what Marshalls and Ross Dress for Less is selling. They just sell other people's products every day. So get out of your head and stop overthinking it. That's called business to business. Remember, another way, PLR, private label rights. I know Bella would not let me be great. Private label rights, that's where you take it already done for you. You can remake it, rebrand it, resell it, put your own price on it. Affiliate marketing, as Amazon, TikTok Shop affiliate. You can sell somebody else's product and make a commission. And the 3 things I told you about, you need to know before you do any of this. What is your niche? Who is your perfect audience, your target audience? Who is your perfect customer? Who are you willing to serve and help? And how do you solve their problem, right? That is it, you guys. I got literally 2 minutes. And Bella, you know what? Bella will not let me be great. Oh, hold on one second. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Maybe I can pause it.